My speech is Advancing Philippine Contributions to International Criminal Justice. The Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court. The Philippines made a signal contribution to the globalization of international justice when it ratified the Rome Statute of the International Criminal Court, which will come into force on 1 November 2011. The Philippines was the 117th state party, and today the Rome Statute has 118 state parties. Our membership in the International Criminal Court is nothing less than a signal contribution because the court is arguably the most important institutional and innovation since the founding of the United Nations. The court is a creature of the human rights agenda, which, unknown to many, has been scrupulously followed since 1935 by the Philippine Constitution. As a benchmark in the progressive development of international human rights, the court represents a triumph of international criminal justice by establishing individual criminal liability for those responsible for serious violations of the Rome Statute. The salient features of the Rome Statute are as follows. Bullet, principle of complementarity, spelled P-L-E, not P-L-I, complementarity. The court will act only as a court of last resort. It acts only in exceptional cases where a court has failed to bring justice because that court is unwilling or unable to investigate and prosecute those who have the highest responsibility for the most serious crimes of concern to the international community. Kaya nakikita mo na dito na kung merong ginawang kasalanan dito sa nakalista na mga jurisdiction ng ICC, ang magbibista niyan ay ang korte doon sa bayan na yon, hindi ang International Criminal Court in The Hague. International Criminal Court, as I said, is a court of last resort. Pag hindi mo mabigyan ng katarungan ang akusado, ayaw mo o kaya hindi mo kaya, ay saka pa lang yan pupunta sa ICC. Kaya maling-mali yung mga pinagtatanong sa akin sa Senado. Kasi hindi sila marunong magbasa. Akala ko that literacy is not even a requirement of the Philippine Constitution because we all presume with free elementary and high school education in our Constitution that everybody is literate. That's why we don't even demand that a voter must be literate. Eh, basahin mo lang, nakalagay naman maliwanag doon nang magbibista ang bansa kung saan nangyari yung mga krimen na sinasabi. Hindi naman iyan dadalhin kaagad sa The Hague. Kaya bakit tatanungin ako? Aren't you concerned that ordinary Filipino soldiers and policemen will be brought to trial in The Hague, in the International Criminal Court? And I had to answer that question seriously. Ang gusto ko talagang sagutin ay, how about I just mash your teeth in? Tatanungin pa ako. Here is another salient feature, bullet, subject matter of court jurisdiction. Hindi naman lahat ng kasalanan, kung hindi ito lang tinatawag na core crimes, genocide, crimes against humanity, war crimes, and aggression. But the crime of aggression for purposes of the Rome Statute is not yet operational. Bullet, persons are individually responsible, not states and not minors. Bullet, the accused must occupy high official capacity. Sabi kasi ng mga congressmen at mga senators, ha? Mag-join tayo ng International Criminal Court, hindi manimanda kami lahat. Alam na nila. Hindi mangyayari yan, unfortunately. I'll see my genie again. Dahil wala namang ganyan resources o kinakasangkapan o pera ang International Criminal Court. Hindi pa naman madala yung buong army ng isang bansa, ang buong kongreso o parlamento ng isang bansa doon sa The Hague. Kaya, by necessity, prosecution will be limited only to those who are holding the highest government offices, for example, the president in our country. the members of the legislature. Doesn't that fill you with anticipation? Alam mo, una, dapat dyan talaga sa mga kasamahan ko kung minsan, naiisip ko, dapat sila bigyan ng IQ test. O kung hindi man, entrance exam na lang ng UP. So for the moment, the ICC will have to be satisfied with jurisdiction over the highest officials. And then finally, command responsibilities attributed to the military commander. So in effect, therefore, under the Philippine Constitution, since the President is the military command, is the commander of all the armed forces of the Philippines, it is theoretically possible to accuse a president in a theater of war before the ICC. But subject to two conditions. If the commander knew or should have known that those crimes were about to be committed or actually being committed and refused to take measures to prevent those crimes. Those are the basic principles of the Rome Statute.